Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict, right? And as you can tell by today's thumbnail, don't stop the Moonwalk, the GoBot, and the Robot, and it don't stop the Moonwalk. Sabes que made famous by Michael Jackson and even more famous by Wack 100. Let's talk about the Moonwalk. In a minuto direct fashion, let's get straight to it. What is the Moonwalk? The Moonwalk is staying in place, stagnant, yet moving backwards, fast with a purpose, right? This vato is sliding back. How is he sliding back? Well, we all know he used slanderous words, racial slurs, defecated on people's characters, bullied people. That's all out there. That's facts. That's well known, vatos. That's well known gente. Okay? At the same time, in the meantime, in between time, indubitably, this vato is now moonwalking. He's backtracking his statements. He's just saying, I never said I wouldn't work with no Southsiders, man. If the business is right, if the money's tight, and if the game is right, Sasuke, I'm down, right? What happened to the prison politics, buddy? What happened to the gang street politics? What happened to the high socks stinking and the chile con papas and the Mexicanos are untrustworthy? I mean, that was just a couple days ago. 2-3 days later, people got on his bumper and things have changed. The stilo has changed, right? Let me explain about this guy, Wack 100. Let me get a little bit more in depth here since we have time, cuz, right? This is what we're going to talk about. This individual has slandered Tupac, okay? The great Tupac, an inspiration to many. Some people didn't like him. Some people feel like a nut. Some people don't, right? They feel like however they want to feel. I'm a big believer in what Tupac pushed. He was for the people, by the people. He liked to bring the gente together. It wouldn't be LA without Mexicans, black love, brown pride in the sets again, right? We all know. He had love for the Mexicanos, for the raza. At the same time, he disrespected another well-known individual, Nipsey Hussle, right? Another one that was out there in his community. Another one that was out there just trying to do what men do. You know, rocking the good rhyme. Yes, he had his music on the side. He had his family doing their thing. He had clothing stores. He was out there making a lot of moves for the people, being an inspiration to the youth, giving back to his community. This man was a real one. Nope. White kind of shit on him too. Okay. Then he gets into it with another legend, a Yay Area legend. One Mr. Earl E40, right? Come on. What you hit for? Let's shoot ends. You got all the bread, motherfucker. Wack, put up your bands. No, can't do that. Why not? Old school trophy. Something you done work too hard for. Homie, quote me, right? Yes, that Mr. E40, man, out of the Bay Area of Vallejo, that 707, the hillside. A reputable individual. Someone who's never had no defamation on his character. Someone who's never got shit on. Someone who's always been held up to a high standard because he's basically fucking set that standard, right? He's always had respect. Ask anyone in the Yay area, they'll tell you 40 Fonzarelli is a real one, right? And he shit on his character, you know. He got into a rave and a rant talking about you owe me money, this and that, E40, I don't know you, you don't know me, blood, just give me my money, whoopty, whoopty, whopped up. Okay? Stop it, man. Stop it, Wack 100, right? And so then he decides, okay, man, I'm getting into it with too many people, man. There's too much going on, man. I can't even handle this. Let's get watch out. You know what I mean? Let me do that real quick. One time for my mind. And in that fashion. And then he sits down with, I'm a dig ride to the dig slide to the wobble, 6ix9ine. Okay, we all know his story. It's out there. The man doesn't deny nothing. That man said, I'm Batman in this motherfucker shit. I put a lot of good people away. You should give me an award. I'm a hero, right? This is what he says. Okay, that's cool. That's fine and dandy. Say whatever you're going to say. Do whatever you're going to do. Move how you want to move, young buck. At the same time, you better move with them big old motherfucking monster-ass securities behind you, man, because people are tripping. They're quick to slip the clipping and get to spitting, man. It'd be like that sometimes, I guess, right? But he put away a whole bunch of people from Treyway, the Bloods. Locked them up. Now, think about it, gente. Think about it, my brothers, my black brothers. Think about it, my peoples. What does Wack 100 claim to be? Paru, a blood, right? A Damu. Okay, but he sits down with the guy who put 50 of them away. All right. It is what it is. I guess it's good business acumen, right? I guess the guy's popping, man, anything for a bag, right? Shit, gun, you're on here talking about Wack 100 10 days straight. You know what I mean? Hey, I got to get that bag, right? So trip out. He sits down with this individual. They have a frivolous conversation. The way I took it, you know what I mean? I wasn't really tripping off Wack 100 for sitting down with this guy because, I mean, money is money. Do whatever you're going to do, man. That's your character. You have to look in the mirror. You have to deal with it. I understand your plight. I understand where you're coming from. At the same time, you feel it ain't you. You didn't do it, so you ain't tripping. You're just trying to get the man's story out there, maybe clean a little bit of shit up, maybe get some information, whatever the case may be, however you spin it, whatever the story is for that day. If it's good for you, if it's good to you, I like it. Orale, Heavy D, trip out, man. You know what I mean? You did what you did. You sat down with this guy, and of course you kind of used some bully tactics, and you shit on his character, and he took it like the man that he thinks he is. And at the end, you guys were hugging like this, taking pictures. Okay, and it's cool. Hung. You know what I mean? All that. And, you know, you made a meme out of him. And that's cool. If that floats your boat, so I was scared. The love boat, come on, go to Fantasy Island. The plane, it's coming. Who's on it? I don't know, some stafeo este vato, Wack 100, right? There he is. So then, after you cleaned up that mess, and a lot of your homeboys, Wack, didn't like that. There was a lot of real Don Moos, a lot of real Pyrus that weren't feeling that. You know, so you started getting into it with your own people. You had homies from the hood that said, hey, guess what? Give me that motherfucking llaves. Your card is revoked. ¿Sabes qué? Sing. Nope. It doesn't work over here. You know what I mean? That black card ain't going to work over here, buddy. And he kind of got ostracized from certain areas. But of course, him being the one he is and having that big boca and having that mentality and, you know, really actually doing prison time and knowing a little bit of this and a little bit of that and knowing all the right people in the right places, he was able to wiggle on back, backpedal, backstep, moonwalk, go bot the robot, and do what he had to do to get back in the good graces of several of those individuals. Not all, but some, right? At the same time, a lot of the real brothers, man, a lot of the real gente out there started looking at him like, man, I don't know about this cat, man. This cat is getting into it with someone different every other week. And legends, not just anybody. See, that's part of his fucking steel and that's part of his agenda. But we're going to talk about that right now in a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. Menudo, right? We're going to talk about it. Anyway, so Trip. So he gravitates from that into getting into it with the young Southsider Tres. We all heard it over and over and over again. I got the shit on repeat in my car. I'm cruising. I'm just like, I'm mad. The guy missed my turn and everything, you know, puto, right? Maybe my long socks were cutting off the circulation to my brainwaves that day. I don't know. I can't call it like an alcoholic, but at the same time, I will say in the meantime, in between time, this vato said some very unsavory things that I didn't like. Okay? Who am I? Just a regular person, Holmes. I'm just another member of the Raza community out here, rocking the good rhyme for black and brown unity and for unity as a whole, man, with everybody. Because we got our own problems about the Sasuke, but now we have to worry about everything because he's making it like that. So I heard what I didn't want to hear. It was what it was. Everyone started speaking on it. Everyone had their own opinion. That's fine and dandy, you know. Candyman telling the truth, homie, will still end up not ooh. You feel me? So now we gravitate from that and we move on to it's a new day. It's a new place. He knows what he said, but it was a different faction. See, he was talking about his own people at that time. You know, all these vatos had some type of characteristic that was the same, which was they all came from the African community. They were all Africanos, right? They were all brothers, right? So he felt like maybe he could play him like that, or maybe he could talk to his own people like that. First of all, slandering your own people and shitting on your own people's character, man, is not the route to go. I don't see why anyone would do that. You want to uplift your people amongst any people, period. That's how it should be, right? But he got the game fucked up, you know what I mean? It's him and his bag, and that's it. Shit, some people are like that. I understand, right? But at the same time, man, you got to have some type of motherfucking love in that cold, dark, black heart you have, right? So anyways, check it out, Grinch. The motherfucker wasn't doing it like that. He shit on his own people. So now he felt like he had to do this to the young Mexicano, the young Southsider, right? And of course, the young Southsider, man, held his composure, held his mud, held whatever he had to hold. What he didn't hold was a motherfucking thing to that fool's head because he probably didn't have one at that time. So plus they were on the phone, so it wasn't accessible at that moment. But anyways, regardless of that, man, without putting too much cap on it and some real shit, I will say the youngster held his own and just wants to move on from that, right? And that's understandably so. But he has homeboys. But Wack, you have homeboys. So, of course, an OG taps in with Wack, man. Is really going on his headpiece, man, letting him know what it really is, how the race relations have changed in the future. Things have changed, man. You know, back in the past, great Scots. You know what I mean? When your flux capacitor was fucking mobilization for reals, shit was different. You know what I mean? They found me. I don't know who. The Libyans, right? They found that motherfucker over there, right? But nowadays, there ain't no more fucking Libyans. There ain't no none of that, man. Now it's about fucking getting that bag and being a real motherfucker. But hey, you know, not everyone's the same. Not everyone's gonna drink that same Kool-Aid, you know? So he did what he did. He said what he said. His big homeboy got on him. A couple of his homeboys from his hood got on him. And again, man, they were going on his headpiece. Why are you putting this in the mix? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, man. When people are out there talking that high power shit, when people are out there putting their own gente in the mix, he's not going to be on them streets dealing with that. Sasuke, he's flying to Tahiti or to Jamaica or Sasuke to the Grammy Awards, wherever he's going with Blueface. And Blueface is like, you know, all off beat. And that's cool. You know, it is what it is. Schoolyard crippin', I guess, you know, but not in a real way. So you have Wack 100 who's in all this turmoil and all this friction, but the man likes it. See, that's where people get the game mixed up. You know, they think that, oh, man, this guy's burning all his bridges, man. Damn, who can I run to? You know what I mean? He's on that escape shit. He don't have nowhere to run to. But he don't care, man, because he has that big old gigantic bag. And when you have that bag, you can build your own bridges. You feel me? He's on an island somewhere, on Gilligan's Island. You know what I mean? With the skipper to the millionaire on his wife. This is where he's chilling. With the movie star, the professor and Marianne on Gilligan's Island. He's doing his thing over there with the skipper. Meanwhile, he's burning other bridges, but building other ones. With gente he really wants to be around, which is people that have money like he does. You know, there's the haves and the have-nots. He's trying to have it. And he's trying to make sure you have not. You feel me? He's going to step on your headpiece to get it. It's just his character. Just his nature. You know, so he tries to bully, debo people in to whatever. Of course, then after he gets into it with his gente, man, everyone starts to backtrack. People are not liking him. They're liking him one day, they're not. You know what I'm saying? Sasuke, I'm sure he cashed him out a little something, you know what I mean? He let it rain on him. It's all good in the hood. And that's understandable too. Everyone's about their paper. Then he gets into it with Big Shuggy, man. And I touched on that, man. He got into it with Suge Knight. Because he's trying to be the new Suge, because he's trying to be that bully. He's trying to be that death row gangster, man, like Suge was in a real way in real life, and do what Suge did. Okay, Suge put out the blueprint, but this motherfucker can't read, so he couldn't follow that, right? So he could never be like Suge is. Of course, you had Suge's son that got up on the motherfucking line and was like, keep my motherfucking dad's name out your mouth. We haven't heard a response yet. I'm sure we will, because Wack 100 is good for that. You know, he likes to respond. So now, a new day has turned. And all of a sudden I hear a little interview, or I don't know if it was in that playhouse thing that they have, that schoolhouse or whatever it is. He decides, the clubhouse, right? He decides that he's going to start backpedaling. He's going to start hitting the moonwalk, right? He started going backwards and saying, of course, man, oh, I don't got no problems with them Southsiders like that, man. I would sign one. That's prison politics, man. This is business, you know? All of a sudden, faster than a rabbit gets fucked. Okay, now all of a sudden, them's gangs, man. I ain't involved in that. You ain't blood. Come on, Damu Ryder, you're different. You know what I mean? Shout out to the real Damus, man. Nothing but love for the Bloods, man. Got a lot of love, a lot of respect for them. Crips, you already know what it is, man. On Crip, I got a lot of love, right? But at the same time, I will say this: this guy is a faulty character all the way around. Not just for the Damu community or the Crip community or the Africano community, but community of people in general. He's just not a good person. Okay? Who am I to be speaking on it? The guy in front of you. Just another person. Just another motherfucking whisper in the wind. That's all I am, right? But at the same time, I'm going to speak some real facts because that's all I know how to speak. You know, actual and factual. Am I the best person in the world? Absolutely not. Do I got my faults? Absolutely. You know, I'm not the greatest father in the world. I'm not the greatest athlete in the world. You know, I'm not the greatest person in the world. But what I am is real. Okay? And so when I speak on it, it's to be heard. You know, because that's why I talk about it. But this guy right here, he speaks and then backpedals. You know, he apologizes. He changes his story. He switches it up. What goes up must come down. To the side, to the left, to the left, to the right. Slide. Now slide. Charlie, you ain't sliding. You're moonwalking, vato. You're backing up like a motherfucking crawdad, right? Why? Because motherfuckers got on your bumper. You know that's right. You know what I mean? Yeah, today they had time, cuz. You feel me? Someone got in his earlobe. Someone got all up in his motherfucking earwax. and let them know that, man, when you start to talk about Southsiders and Mexicanos and raza, and you do it in a derogatory nature, and you shit on their characters, and you say this and you say that, and you get racial, and you do things like that, man, that has a bad reflection on your people as a whole. Now, does he speak for his people? Fuck no. And in that fashion, right? But at the same time, not everyone sees it the way I do behind four eyes, right? A lot of people see it differently, you know? Just like they say, you fight one bean, you got to fight the whole burrito, right? Same thing goes, man. You fight one piece of cornbread, man, the hot water cornbread be bomb too, man. I ain't going to even lie, right? But you got to fight the whole slab, right? Are those racial undertones with that? I guess you would say so, man. That's why I don't use those, right? But this is how people feel. Some people turn something small and minute into fucking something on a grand scale and large. He's one of them guys. Only he knows to take it to a limit and then pull it back. That's gonna take it to that limit and then pull it back. You know, he's the rubber band man, like T.I. He knows exactly how to push it to that limit and push it to the limit. Órale, Tony. Pero you're more like Omar, right? So look, he does this. Y pobre si. Perfect, right? This is what he does. And he backpedals, you know, and he changed in that conversation that I heard. And I understand. You know, when you're dealing with the Southsiders from down south and the Mexicanos, there's also a bigger organization, man, that has a lot of willings and dealings with them soldados, with those camaradas. And if it gets to their ear, man, things can change. Seasons change. You already know, bro, things can change. And they're not feeling that groove, so don't disturb their groove. But of course, he chose to backpedal. And then I'm thinking, okay, that man did that. I'm not even tripping. I'm not even going to speak on it. I seen that one coming. I told you guys in my first video that he was going to do a moonwalk. I already knew that was happening. This vato was like Neil Armstrong on the moon, but that was fake. Maybe real. I don't know. We can't call it. Maybe America Light. But whatever the case may be, he's gone, right? He's not. Again, the next day, now he's getting into it with 40 Glock. Okay, and I'm not here to defend that guy 40 Glock whatsoever. Indubitably, I don't fucking rock with 40 Glock. But it's just funny how here we goes back to the same old cagada, to the same old mierda, getting right back into it with more of his own people, trying to divert what was going on with his racial undertones and what he was saying. Not even undertones, man, overtones. So I was about to just said it straight up, right? And go back onto his own people, onto another Africano brother, man. Will I say 40 Glock's undeserving? No, I won't say 40 Glock's undeserving. 40 Glock, you know, he has a history of speaking a little too much and maybe working with law enforcement just a little too much, man. And that's his thing. You know, I don't know the intricate details into that. Sasuke, I wasn't the fly on the wall in that motherfucking shit house, and Sasuke probably stunk anyways. But anyways, the Gungan will tell you this. He does have priors of doing things, and he ain't funny like Richard Pryor. You know what I mean? You feel me? So, when they got into it, it was just such a frivolous conversation. I listened to it again. It's fun when I'm cruising around, man, and I'm listening to fucking two grown men argue like hyenas. It's just a trip, right? But anyways, they argued. And, of course, Wack went in on him again, man. He tried to bully tactic him. He knows everything. They had a conversation about this, about that. 40 Glock was trying to speak his piece. This guy wasn't trying to hear it. And, of course, I said, when does this man stop? When is this guy going to stop it? Because what's going to happen in the next 2 days? Your butt is wide, but mine is too. That motherfucker's going to back up again, hit a moonwalk, and apologize to 40 Glock, or say, man, we took it out of contents. The world takes everything out of contents. It's all, he's a victim. He plays the victim role. Can't just leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. Orale, Michael's on my mind tonight. That motherfucker, Michael, was getting it. He's the king of pop, right? You know, he's the king of pull up and pop. So Trip, and Wack ain't. So Wack 100 is doing this to his own people. So wisen up. That's what the whole get down with this conversation we're having right here. This video, my content, Gunners Collective, bang, bang, tap in, is, do you really believe what this guy is saying? Or don't you? Is this all part of some intricate plan, man, to get our paper? You know, the more views, the more paper. The more limelight, the more shine. The more shine, the more islands. The more islands, then he's an island boy. He's doing his thing. You feel me? So it's all just propaganda and put out there to manipulate the masses, pretty much. I myself don't agree with it. I'm for the people, by the people. I'm right here rocking with the gente. I believe in unity for all. I believe in black and brown power, black and brown movement. I believe also in brown and white movement. I believe in black and white movement. I believe in a jump in, the water's just fine movement. This is what I believe in. everyone together prospering and getting a big old fucking gigantic nasty ass bag. Like if you just won the lotto and shit, right? This is what I believe in, but this guy doesn't. So take heed to the words and to the frivolous nature of a guy like this, because this guy will cause turmoil in our lives, in everybody's lives, by the little tactics that he does and things that he does. And people will say, well, Gun, you don't have to listen to that Bible so if you don't want to. The motherfucker's on every channel, on every station. You know what I mean? Sasuke's popping right now. You know why? Because of this. He bumps baking soda breath on doors. He's a wolf case. You know, he's a cell warrior. That's what he does. He tries to bring gang politics into it just because he did a little bit of time once upon a time. Like he's some big badass monster, right? Come on, man. A lot of people done did time. A lot of people know about politics. A lot of people did those push-ups, burpees, oh my, right? A lot of people have been around the block in the 6'4", man. Ain't nothing new to this. A lot of people are true to this. So what you want to do with this, right? That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, man, all I'm saying to the gente, to the Africano brothers, to all the raza is, man, just don't pay attention to the frivolous words that come out of that vato's mouth. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, because he's probably back there with more plugas on his face than I got. You know what I mean? Bang, bang. Anyways, man, I hope that you move fast with a purpose. I hope that at the end of the day, don't moonwalk. Be about yours. Go forward, forever forward, man. Strive for yours. Strive for your people. Strive for your gente. Let's unite this shit, man. Black and brown. You already know what it is, man. That's the color of the universe. Bang, bang. It is what it is, man. Like and subscribe. The Gun. Bang, bang.